Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Miska, author and singleness coach, and today we are going to be talking about going through phones, okay? Trying to get the passcode, going through the phone, sneaking, wait till they get in the shower or sleep. Yo, I'm talking about you today. Stay tuned if you want to hear more. Okay, so I don't know what it is about these phones, child, but once we get a passcode to a phone that's not given to us automatically, we feel like we got the golden ticket, a golden key, and we just about to see all the things we've been waiting to see. Why is that? And I do want to give a disclaimer because this video is strictly for people that sneak and go through phones, okay? Now, if you have a healthy relationship already and phones are not off limits in your relationship, then disregard. But if you find yourself snooping, sneaking, wait until somebody is not aware or, not aware of the fact that you are trying to go through their phone while they're not paying attention, then that is what I'm talking about in this video. Now, on the surface, I feel like going through someone's phone, we try to say that it's because we're trying to make sure it's nothing going on. We're trying to protect our hearts. We're trying to, make sure, nothing is happening behind our backs. And we just want to we say we just trying to make sure, or I'm just, it's just regular housekeeping. I'm just trying to make sure, nothing is going on behind my back and that I'm aware of everything, okay? I know what's going on when he ain't talking to me and he all up in his phone, or she all up in his phone. What's going on? Who is Ashley? Oh, okay. It has become like such a regular thing that the person whose phone that you're going through, they ain't even doing nothing suspicious, child. They not doing nothing suspicious, nothing to cause you to question their motives or anything. It's just you with your, I'm just making sure, trying to protect my feelings, trying to protect my heart, and make sure ain't nothing going on self. And sometimes that can seem very innocent, to want to protect your heart, to want to protect your feelings and make sure, nothing is being done behind your back. But I feel like it might be a little more to that. You know what I mean? Like, is it really you just trying to protect yourself, or are you insecure? Or do you have trust issues? Or do you not trust yourself? I'm one that believes that everything we do, think, feel, I believe it all ties back to prior things, if that makes sense. So if I'm a person that has been in a car accident, I might be a little anxious about riding in the car with somebody who don't know how to drive. Or if I've been cheated on, I might have a little anxiety or doubt or fear surrounding this new person that I'm about to be in a relationship with, because I don't want them to do the same thing that old buddy did to me. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like things that we have been through in our past can kind of shape or form our future thoughts and beliefs or feelings towards things that we are now going through. If that makes sense. I hope it does. As we are dealing with those anxieties, those fears, those doubts, it can kind of be hard on the next person because we are projecting the things that we're feeling, the things that we're scared about. We can project them as, I'm just making sure, but it's really you scared, or you don't want the same thing to happen to you. And so you trying to take measures into your own hands and trying to, make sure stuff is good. But it can be a lot for somebody to be with somebody who's always questioning their motives, especially when they ain't doing nothing, or, believing that they cheating, or trying to make sure, or invading their privacy. And so I feel like if we want to be in healthy relationships where my peace is not disturbed because my head is always on the swivel because I'm trying to see what you're doing, who you looking at, where you going, who you've been talking to in your phone, then we have to like kind of deal with some inner stuff. You know what I mean? And when I say deal with inner, I'm meaning, okay, this person is not giving me any reason to believe that they are, you know, abusing my trust. And it's just me, you know, trying to put my anxieties on this person. Then that means it's some inner stuff that I need to work out, that I need to look at, because you want to guard your peace. That person want to be peaceful, you know, live a peaceful life, and you should want to live a peaceful life as well. So what I want to do is take a look at some of the things that may be causing you to look through phones, okay? To look through phones and to feel like you just, you know, yeah. I don't know what I was about to say. So what I want to do is look at some of the things that may be causing you to be doubtful, fearful, and suspicious. Let's do it. Okay, so number one, did you pick well? And by pick well, I mean, did you vet this person out? Did you just hop into a relationship with any old body, or do you kind of know him for his works a little bit? It comes to a point where we have to be responsible for the person that we allow into our lives. We cannot just keep being like, oh, he cheated on me, oh, he's so-and-so, his character is bad, he's a bad person, blah, blah, blah. And especially if this person was showing signs and red flags of all of those things in the beginning of you dealing with them. Now, if it came to you as a surprise, then that's a different story. But if this person was being janky from the jump, and you trying to act surprised that now you done seen X, Y, and Z in his phone, then that kind of, we gotta accept responsibility and take accountability for that. Do you pick well, or do you just hop into relationships? You not picking well can be a result of your constant trust issues. You know, if I picked well and I know I picked well, then I ain't got no reason to be looking through this man's phone. I know I picked me a good one, okay? We took our time. We had the right conversations. I talked to the right people about him. I vetted him out. I shared my thoughts and opinions regarding relationships. I know his thoughts and opinions regarding relationships. And I feel like this is a sure thing. And if anything does happen to where my trust is betrayed, then I know it don't fall on me, because I did the right things, I had the right conversations, and I had peace regarding this relationship. I feel like people show you who they are. And so it's up to you to not be desperate enough to just accept whatever. It's up to you to not be delusional, to just believe that you can change them. We have to not ignore the red flags, the signs. And that's why it's important to develop your likes, your dislikes, and not just hop into relationships. It's easier if you find those things out, especially your mindset. You got to get to know people's mindset and how they think, because, child, you don't want to be pulling no donkey along. Child, it's ghetto. It's ghetto. It's ghetto. So figure out who you are, what you like, what you don't like, and then pick well. Pick well. Number two, you guys, I feel like we should be examining ourselves. And by examining yourself, I mean, are you doing stuff that you don't have no business doing, which is causing you to feel like the other person is? That's the thing, okay? Some people like to be out doing whatever they want to do, and then think their partner supposed to just sit there and take it, and then you begin to project your wrongdoings onto the next person. Examine yourself. What are you doing to where you feel like it's being done to you? Especially if this person is not showing you any signs that they are, betraying your trust. Also, examine yourself when it comes to insecurities. We can become so insecure about different things, about our bodies, about our personalities. It's a lot of stuff to be insecure about. We live in a world where social media is king, child, and we just be seeing all these images and trying to compare ourselves to this person, compare ourselves to that person. And it can become tiresome. And with all of that access, your partner having all of that access to see different images, we can begin to feel like, dang, they're not going to be satisfied with me. But it has to come a time where you trust that you picked well, and that your partner is just not moved by every single person he see with a big booty or, you know, whatever he like. You have to trust that you picked well enough for that. And you have to become secure within yourself to feel like, hey, I am enough. And if this person sees something else he like, then child, that's his business. But me, right now, as I am enough. I might not look like so-and-so, but I look like me, okay? And that's enough. That's enough, point blank, period. Another part of examining yourself is figuring out whether or not you have unresolved trust issues. Unresolved trust issues can be a pain to deal with when you're dealing with someone else because, like I said, you can be doing nothing, trying to live your best life, and this person always coming to you about what they think you doing that you ain't doing. And so we have to figure out ways to take hold of our trust issues. We cannot continue to blame Charlie for what Johnny did, okay? Why Charlie and Johnny are the names that I picked, I don't know, you know? But we just gonna roll with it. You can't blame Charlie for what Johnny did, okay? That's unfair, it's not right. And so you have to figure out what way works for you so that you can resolve your trust issues. That may look like submitting it to God. That may look like therapy. That may look like forgiving, you know, the person that hurt you. That may also look like seeing or realizing like, hey, Johnny did that. Charlie didn't do it. Johnny did that. That's Johnny's character. That's what his actions. We're not going to make Charlie a cheater or we're not going to make Charlie, wait, who? We're not gonna make Johnny a cheater just because, child, at this point, throw the whole names away. We're not gonna make one person a cheater just because the person in your past was a cheater, okay? Or whatever they did to abuse your trust. What I'm basically saying is we're responsible for our own actions, and just because so-and-so did XYZ, that does not mean that the next person is also going to do that. We have to give people a chance and not count them out based on somebody else's actions. Here we go. The next thing, and the main thing that I have found peace with, is trusting God concerning whoever you let in your life. When I tell you, that has given me so much peace regarding my own marriage. And even when Courtney and I was dating, it was my first relationship, and I had been around so much toxicity that I had all these things like, oh Lord, I'm finally, you know, in a relationship with somebody, and I'm opening myself up to all of these things. And I was so scared, so suspicious. I was fearful. I had anxiety. I had doubts. I had insecurities. And I was just like, you know what? I don't want to be hurt. Like, I'm finally, you know, putting myself in a relationship. I ain't trying to get hurt behind trying to be loved. You know what I'm saying? So I was watching a church service, and the pastor said that his wife said something along the lines of, I trust God concerning you. I'm not worried about you. I trust God concerning you. And what she basically was saying was, I don't have time to be worried about who, what, where, and when it comes to you. I trust that whatever you tell me is what you tell me, and the rest I leave up to God. I'm not about to get out of pocket, out of character, or be worrying and frustrated or in fear about you. At the end of the day, I trust God concerning you. I trust that whatever is going on in the dark is going to come to the light. I trust that God won't let me go on in ignorance regarding whatever you doing behind my back. Okay. And I was like, ooh, bars, you know, drop the mic, because that's real. Like, I'm not finna be out of peace worrying about what you doing, where you at, where you going, who you talking to on your phone. If I trust that I picked well, if I'm not putting my anxieties in the forefront about, you know, myself or insecurities, if I am trusting God concerning you, then I'm straight with that. And whatever happens, happens. And then I have to, put my big girl pants on, or pant, whatever it is, put your big girl something on, and figure out, how do I move, moving forward? Like, what's my decision going forward? Do I stay? Do I go? And that's all it is to it. I'm not finna be constantly hiding behind bushes and stalking people at their job and driving, behind them, trying to follow them, see where they going. Like, no, sir. Like, no, that's not what we doing. I ain't got time for that. And you shouldn't have time for it either. Don't let nobody disturb your peace. Okay? Guard your heart from that. Pick well, okay? And you can't guarantee other people's actions, but you can guarantee yours. You know what I mean? So pick well to the best of your ability and trust God concerning that person. Do not ignore red flags, honey, okay? Believe who that person show you they are from the first day you meet them, okay? From the first day. From the first day, for real. At the end of the day, I hope that you take from this video that going through somebody's phone, it can seem like protective measures, but at the end of the day, it's fear, it's anxiousness, it's worry, it's doubt. And, those things are not feelings that God would have you to have. You know what I mean? Life ain't perfect, and so those feelings are going to come, but those aren't feelings that are of God. You know what I mean? So we have to realize where things are coming from. And I believe that fear and anxiousness, they come from the enemy. You know what I mean? And the Bible says, which one of you by worrying can add 1 hour to your life? Okay? And for me, what that means is, child, you can worry about that situation all day, okay, till you blue in the face. But it's not going to change anything. It ain't gonna add 1 hour to your life. It ain't gonna make the situation no better. It ain't gonna make it any worse. Or you just up there worrying when you could be chilling, when you could be resting in the peace that God has provided unto you. By worrying, you can't make him stay home. You can't make him not cheat. You can't make him or her stay home. You can't make him or her not cheat. You can't make them faithful. They have to make those decisions on their own. And your worry and your fear and your anxiousness cannot be things that you feel are going to make them do the right thing. People got to do the right thing on their own, child, okay? The Bible also says that love never gives up. It never loses faith. It is always hopeful, and it endures through every circumstance. And so what that means to me is, love is always hopeful. And so when I think of being hopeful, I'm thinking of believing the best. I'm not walking around thinking all men are dogs or everything negative. I'm believing the best of this person until they show me otherwise. You know what I mean? I feel like that's an important instruction, because if you walking around thinking everything negative is going to happen to you at any time, that's not living in peace. That's a sad way to live, honestly. And so I feel like it's important that you believe the best. You attract what you think. As a man thinks, so is he. And so if I'm walking around thinking negative thoughts all day, then more than likely that's what I'm gonna get. But if I'm walking around believing the best, 9 times out of 10, that's what I'm gonna get. Again, life is not perfect. So, you will experience ups and downs. However, I just want it to be a natural cause and not one that I brought upon myself. Okay, I want to take all the natural ups and downs. Okay, I don't want any forced ones. Okay, believe the best. Stop letting the devil steal your joy, steal your peace, steal your faith, steal your hope. And believe the best. Take control of your thoughts and make them obey You know what I mean? Our feelings and emotions, they rise up and we get to feeling real strong about how we feel. But sometimes you gotta just capture the thought and make it obey, okay? Don't let your emotions have you just spiraling out of control. It's okay to have emotions, but you know, have them, feel your feels, and then, you know, get it back into control. Now, I will say there are some people who real janky with their phones, so I'm not saying be ignorant to anything. However, I am saying, you know, believe the best until a person shows you otherwise. And be a good picker and trust God. And don't just be placing blame on people that don't deserve it. Again, that's not to say ignore red flags. If a person always leaving their phone in the car, or always putting their phone on mute, or always changing their password, like, you know, we can look for those things. However, an innocent person, you know, let's let them be innocent until they're guilty. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions and feelings surrounding going through somebody's phone, child. Like the video if I haven't said that already. Like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications so that you are notified every time I post a video. And until next time.